Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at your life, your job, your routine, your relationships, and thought to yourself, this can't be it? I mean, I know as a millennial, we've said this to ourselves 1,000,001 times. Like, this was not the adulthood that our parents and our grandparents promised us. Don't get us wrong, we're grateful. We're responsible to an extent. We fail and then we come back again. And you feel like you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. But deep down, you feel unsettled. Not broke, not lazy, not failing, just unfulfilled, just not happy. And maybe you've tried to ignore it. Maybe you told yourself, this is just the new adulthood. This is what stability looks like, ups and downs. At least I have a job. At least I have a relationship. But what if that discomfort isn't burnout? What if it's God tapping you on the shoulder, saying to you, I called you for more, and yet here you still are. 5, 10, 20, 30 years later, and this is where you're still at. So this episode is for the man who feels stuck, providing but not living. This episode is for the woman who built the safe life, but secretly wants the bold one. This is for the person who's tired of performing success and ready to discover purpose. We're not talking about quitting your job tomorrow, so please don't do that. But what we are talking about is alignment, the calling, the obedience, and having the courage to admit this shit ain't it. So, if you've been feeling restless, distracted, or quite dissatisfied like I have these last few months, if not these last few years, then stay tuned. Because today, we're getting honest about passion, purpose, and what God might really be calling you to do. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. It's your girl, Shelly Nicole, with the Remedy Podcast. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I believe the kids were out of school last week. Yeah, I think. And they're all coming back. Well, they all came back today. Or if not, I'm glad that they are on vacation now or off vacation. I don't know. I don't remember none of this stuff. I just know spring break is coming and it's about to be a shit show at work. Nonetheless, I had a semi-relaxed, semi-stressful, semi-cool kind of week. It was a lot going on, a lot of things to do, a lot of birthdays back to back to back. Also being on furlough, so couldn't make a lot of previous engagements that I said I wanted to go to. So that kind of pissed me off and irritated the hell out of me. But what I've been telling myself all day was just like, listen, you can only control what you can control. And thank God for my friends, because they've been telling me the same thing. Like, we're all on this level of crash out right now. And this episode just made so much sense when I was scrolling to see, like, okay, what am I going to make the topic for today? Because I haven't, I don't want to just base, which I've always told you guys, this isn't just a podcast based off relationships and, things like that. It's also about finding yourself, finding purpose, and figuring out life as we get older. And especially as the millennials, like, we are suffering right now. Like, everyone is suffering, don't get me wrong. But the millennials, like, we didn't think this was going to be adulthood. I would return this shit back to sender if I knew all of this was about to happen. Like, bro, I don't want no parts of this. Sign me out. Get me out the game, coach, because I'm done. I don't want to do this. But whatever. Nonetheless, we're here still. So thank God. It could be worse, but it definitely is a burnout. So today's episode, as you guys have seen or you guys heard in the intro, is that this episode is basically about everything that I've just simply said about feeling burnt out as millennials, people at my job, people who I know outside of my job, my other friends outside of my job, who are really feeling like they are losing it. And I'm talking to not just the women, I'm talking to the men too. So I'm talking to everybody right now. Because regardless of how many times we go on Facebook, how many times we go on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, no matter how many times we look and see what everybody else is doing, each and every one of us is suffering from something. We're all going through some type of pivoting, some type of change. And I feel deeply that that has been on my soul and on my back for a very long time. Like this uneasy feeling that I've been having for years has finally like came to a head and has finally told me like you need to get the hell on. Like, and I mean now. And when I say the last few years, I really mean like 4 years ago. Like 4 years ago is when I really started feeling this way. And I ignored it. I thought I was just like overreacting. I'm like, yeah, no, it's not that big of a deal. But now, and I guess it could also be just the simple fact of us going to war, um, the government being shut down. So I'm not getting paid right now. With along with a bunch of other my coworkers and friends and other people around the world who are affected by this. Um, the cost of everything is going the fuck up, and no one can, even with a paycheck, cannot sustain life. It's like you need a 9 to 5 and a side hustle and probably something illegal on the side, because at this point it's like, what the fuck? Like, what can we really do? So this episode today is, this ain't it. When God is calling you for higher, because like I said, I've been feeling this way for the last 4 years, if I'm being very honest, and I was ignoring it for a very long time, and now it's come to a head. So we're going to talk about it because I feel like there's a lot of us that are going through this right now. A lot. You're not crazy. You're just unfulfilled, babe. So let's do this, right? Let's stop calling it burnout. You're you're not burnt out, you're not crashing out, you're not any of the things that we like to call, like new terminologies that we're using when it comes to how annoyed and frustrated we are with where life is currently, or where your life is currently, right? You're just misaligned. I have been trying to tell myself that for the last 2 days. I'm not even going to hold you. I'm not going to act like I've been saying this for forever, because I haven't. I, like, again, when I decided to pick this topic today, I had to, it popped out at me literally as I'm scrolling. It popped out at me because I'm like, this is how I've been feeling. And having conversations with God, speaking to my friends, really just sitting with myself, speaking to my man too, because he's been trying to keep me calm, boy. It's like we're so used to making a plan. And you guys have probably heard the saying before, if you want to hear God laugh, tell him your plans. Yeah, God has like fell out of his seat and just been holding his stomach in pain because of much how much plans I have put out. That he was just like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Yeah, no, we not doing that either. Oh, you thought you were gonna do that? Yeah, no, that's not that's not gonna work either. So it's a matter of feeling like your time has come to an end to certain situations. And in certain job, when it comes to like your job, your relationships, your career, your routine, your everyday routine itself. It doesn't even have to be just your job, because for some people, you may love your job. You may actually love the career you're in, but possibly your routine is waking up in the morning, making yourself some coffee, breakfast, go to work, do your job, come home, do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that, go to sleep and do everything all over again the next day. Or go to the gym after you go to work, or go to the gym midday, when you have time there, whatever the case may be. You're tired of the same old routine, the same old way of living. And that can make you feel like you're burnt out, but maybe God is telling you you're just not living in the purpose in which I told you to live. The anxiety The anxiety of you, that moment that you keep feeling like, what else am I going to do? What else am I supposed to do? Why is this like that? Oh my God, this is too much. You're feeling heavily overstimulated. That moment of silence when you're just going through the day, you're not speaking to no one, you're not answering your phone, you're just going through the day, getting your job done, and your mind is racing. That's all information. Those are moments that God is downloading this, hey, you're feeling this way because I don't want you to be here anymore. Sometimes I was listening to one of my Pastor Keon Henderson, one of his sermons, and my other pastor, Jerry Flowers. And they both kind of touched on this exact topic where God will push you and make you feel uncomfortable, will make you sick to your stomach, will make you literally like hate having to wake up and go to this job. And when that happens, it's because you've served your purpose. You've done what you were supposed to do. You have learned what you're supposed to learn. You no longer need to be there. It's just like when, and yes, I'm going to use this analogy. It's just like when you have to pee, right? Your kidneys are working, trying to get all flushing your system out, getting everything done, right? They working overtime. Your bladder starts to fill up. You can't hold it anymore because now your stomach's starting to hurt. Now you got pain. Now you're doing the jitters. Now you're doing the little dance. Now you're like, oh my God, I want to. If you don't move out of the way, if you're driving home. If you don't move out of the way, you start crashing out. You feel like, oh my God, I cannot hold on to this anymore. And it's not until you release it, you go to the bathroom and you release it, you feel better. It's the same thing. It's not until you release where you are held onto to where you'll start to feel the same. And I'm not saying, like I said before, please don't get up tomorrow and quit your job. Don't do that. But start to put a plan in place. That's what I had to do. I prayed to God a lot last year. That's where my relationship with him got stronger. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I am holier than thou. No, there's been plenty of times where I would talk to God, I would pray to him every single day, but I would not open up the Bible for like 2 days or 3 days, sometimes even longer. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. What did I not do? I need to go back, read, get back into my word, get back into watching sermons on YouTube, whatever. But when I started to feel anxious, when I started to feel overwhelmed, when I started to feel like I wanted to cry my eyes out, I realized that these were all moments that God was trying to wake me up and tell me, Michelle, you need to move on. You've done enough. You did what you were supposed to do, but I'm calling you to be higher. You know, you have people at work, you have people at work, people like relationships where they'll say that they're stressed out, they say that they're annoyed, they say that this, they say that, but they have no direction, they have no plan, they're just constantly telling you that they're tired of it. You have those, and then you may have yourself where you're like, I know what else I want to do. I have all these different goals in mind that I want to do. Where did you think these goals and these ideas came from? And I had to think of that when it came to myself. There's way more things. I want to do a million things, guys. I'm not even going to hold you. I have so many things that I want to do. And I just know that I have to make one move to really pivot myself, which I did. Now, you just have to be persistent and you have to trust the process. Now, let me be clear, very, very clear. Because you can be successful, right? Have all the money in the world, have all the cars, the jewelry, the clothes, the whole bit, and still be out of position. That is when people are just chasing the bag and not the passion. And when you chase the bag and not the passion, you're going to end up burning that bag faster than you got it. Or you're going to end up doing something that you shouldn't be doing with that bag. that you could have been doing, but you chose not to do because you were so focused on chasing the bag. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for everyone chasing the money. I'm all for everyone wanting financial stability and freedom. I should say that instead of chasing the money. I want everybody to have financial freedom. I want everybody to feel financially comfortable and stable. I want that for myself. Some days you up, some days you down. No, I want to constantly just be up. And if I drop, it's just a little drop, but I can still maintain. Not drop to where I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do right now? No. But you cannot try to chase, you cannot go for something just because it brings in a lot of money and then think that you're going to see the same results that somebody else who actually is into it has reaped the benefits of because they really loved it. Don't sit here and you know, it kind of brings me back to people who like, and this is just one profession I'm just talking about because I've seen videos about it and I've even made a video about this. Hairstylists. Everybody wants to be, well, you have a lot of people who are pursuing hairstylists, right? Who wants to become a hairstylist, beautician, whatever the hell, right? But they're good work. They do great work. They know what they're doing, but they don't know how to run a business. They're late all the time. They got these crazy ass fucking rules that they want you to abide by that they don't even abide by them that they don't even abide to themselves. Sorry, I got tongue tied. You have all of these different things for people who want to be a business owner and who want to run a business, but you don't even know how to run it. All you want is just the money. You want someone to pay $1,200 to do a sew-in or a weave or whatever the hell, just so you can go buy a new bag or a new pair of Chanel shoes or sneakers, heels, bags, whatever. But you can't run your business correctly. You can't pay your taxes on that said business correctly. Some people are just chasing the bag and not the passion, and that is how you end up failing faster than you started. Passion is persistent. It's not loud. Passion, it's not always about fireworks. There is time and consistency that comes with getting your goal. It's something that keeps tugging at you. It keeps popping up in your head. What you keep researching about. You can be on the computer, on your phone for hours, researching exactly what it is that you love to do and realize the entire day is already gone. That's passion. Like, for instance, my podcast, this podcast. I have a passion for it to the point where if I'm thinking of a topic or if like I'm just trying to come up with topics, just new ones, I will be on my phone researching things, researching topics, researching like what is it that I really want to touch base, like what I want to touch on. I will put together a whole monologue, a whole script of what I'm going to talk about. When I have guests on, the same thing. Questions that I really like want to ask, that I really want to know about. That's passion. That's like you really getting into it. Asking professionals, asking other people, okay, what would you do with this? How would you change that? Changing up, how your intros, your outros, adding music, different kinds of music. That's how you know someone is interested in something because they keep trying to evolve it. You're not just doing it just to do it. And it's not going to be loud. I think in the beginning too, what I also kept holding on to was like, oh my God, like, I don't get that many people who repost, or I don't get that many people who want to be on it, this and that. It comes with me constantly doing it. I'm also doing it by myself. I'm not doing it to where I have a whole crew, management, this team, that team. No, I'm doing it myself. I'm recording it. I'm editing it. I'm promoting it. I'm doing everything on my own to see the work go. And I have to understand that sometimes it's going to be very quiet. Sometimes I'm going to get, I think like I got 300 streams one time. And then sometimes I only get 25. It all depends. But if it's something that you love to do, if it's something that you really feel that's like it's tugging at you, like I said, if something that just keeps, why do I keep thinking about that? That's something that you need to do. And not just this, it could be a career. It could be a career of like wherever you are right now, and something else just every time you see it, every time you hear about it, you just like, yeah. Like you have this like light that comes inside, like that just it, it burns so deep inside your soul. And you feel it. Like you feel that joy, you feel that passion, you feel that want, you feel that energy that's just like in your soul that's like, yes, I gotta do it. And you're not like quick to just do something, like not to do it like really fast, but you want to know exactly how to perfect it. That way you can get it done correctly. So let me ask you this question, right? What keeps coming back to you that you keep pushing away from? What is something that for the past 5 years, let's not say forever, but it could be forever for some people, but let's just say for the past 5 years, what has been constantly tugging at you? Matter of fact, let's go back to COVID, because I feel like a lot of people, although I feel like COVID was what, if people didn't get scientific and everything else about COVID, I feel like COVID was a reset for a lot of people to reinvent themselves. If you go back to that time, what was something that you could have put your time into that would have possibly, that you actually loved, that you actually cared about, that if you would have continued on it all the way up till now, till 2026, you would be living a completely different life? Because I know for me, it was the lashes. Had I had kept going on with my lashes, I would have been in a whole different situation right now. You have to cut the distractions, whether it be people, places, nonsense. You gotta cut it out. What I also had to realize that during my transition period and my transition moments, purpose, it requires silence. You don't need an audience to cheer you on. You just gotta do it. You don't need validation from everybody. It's cool if you got like a small circle that you could tell stuff to, that they will tell you whether or not it's a good idea, or if they feel like, okay, maybe not, like that might not work out for you, or what about this, what about that, because they know you so well. But I feel like when you are passionate about something, nothing is going to stop you from doing it. You're going to just do it. When you have that, when you know exactly what it is that God is calling you to do, and you finally start listening, you're just going to keep going. You could hear people telling you, yeah, man, I don't know about that, or nah, girl, I don't think and you still have that feeling of, no, do it. That's literally the Holy Spirit talking to you, like, tune that out, keep it going. Don't worry about them. Worry about what I'm saying. Worry about what God's telling you to do. You cannot hear God clearly while numbing yourself with noise, scrolling, and going through life on survival mode. You have to pause, take a breath, sit in the car, do a quiet space in your house, no music, just hear what God is telling you. I think I've said this to you guys before, of something that I've actually started doing, where I was trying to think of the guy's name that I actually started meditating on, not meditating, but I would, whenever I had my moments of really just wanting to talk to God, or just wanting to like hear God's voice, it was this guy. I'm literally, as I'm talking to you guys, I'm literally trying to look him up on YouTube, and I kid you not, you can sit in your house, whether it's in the bathroom, in your room, in the car, like I said, to just have a moment to just be one with the Holy Spirit, and just be one with yourself, and just be one with your mind, to calm your mind down, to figure out, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? Because it will literally help you. It will literally stop you from losing your shit. For real. What is his name? Oh, here it goes. Victor Thompson Music. Go on YouTube and look up his page. Victor Thompson Music. And he basically has like 50-minute everyday worship times. He had videos. He has shorter ones. I think he has like 30-minute ones. I'm literally scrolling while I'm talking to y'all. He has 30-minute ones. He has, right, 40, 50. He has 3-hour ones. He got longer ones if y'all want to listen to him longer. 48 minutes. It's normally 48 to 30 minutes. He has hours on here where you can literally just be cleaning up one Sunday and you just want to have, and he can sing. The man can sing. So I would suggest y'all go and check that out and just give yourself a moment of peace and quietness. Just clear all the distractions. Put your phone on D&D and just listen. Something that I've always said to where you can cut the distractions, take a break from social media. I'm telling y'all, I love me some social media. I love it. I get the information. You can see what everybody's doing, can get some inspiration, your workouts, cooking, new hairstyles, new nail designs, sneakers, whatever, cars, whatever you love to do. It's all there. Obviously, we all like it, but sometimes you have to disconnect to reconnect. Y'all like that? I know y'all do. You'll have to disconnect to reconnect. Take about like a day, 2 days. You might do longer. You might even disable your Instagram, your Facebook. I turned off my notifications. I don't have my notifications on nothing. So I don't see if anybody likes my videos. I don't see if anybody sends me something on a message. If I go on it, that's when I see it. You could turn on your screen time as well. So now you can monitor, or your phone will monitor how many times you go on your phone doing bullshit. You could start journaling. Men, there's nothing wrong with y'all writing down in your journal. Y'all can have a journal. It is nobody's business but you and God's. You ain't gotta tell your friends that you journaling, bro. Like, just keep that to yourself. Just write down what you've been thinking. Write down what you want. Write down what your needs are. Write down why you're frustrated. Write down what you're praying about. You can ask God, where am I supposed to be at in this lifetime? Who are you calling me to be? Where am I supposed to be at? What am I not doing that you have called me to do? And the most dangerous yet purposeful and fast prayer that I have ever prayed: Lord, whoever and whatever is distracting me from being who you call me to be, remove them or it. And when I tell you, God swoops in like a stiff wind out of nowhere and gets those people, that situation, that relationship, the friendship, the career, the whole bit out of the way. He gets it clean out of the way, bro. When I tell you, it is gone. I'm not saying that it happens the next day. Sometimes it can, but it happens when he says it's gonna happen. But it happens. I'm not gonna hold you. It happens. You don't find purpose. You build it. Purpose is trying something, pivoting, learning, obeying small instructions, saying yes before you feel ready. The clarity comes after the movement. You've ever like done something and you thought about it like, it actually started working out in your favor, but it only started actually working out in your favor because you literally made the move. And it doesn't have to be something drastic. If you choose for it to be, then cool. And if it works out, even better. Like, some people say, like, I really can't stand living in New York anymore. They pack their things up. They look for a job, whatever job it is. It may not even be their current job. They look for a job, they get the job, and they move. Because they feel like this city no longer works for them, or wherever city you're from. If you're from Atlanta, you come into New York. You're in LA, you move into Texas. You're in Texas, you move into Wisconsin, whatever it may be, right? And you just feel like, I can't do this anymore. You're feeling yourself being pushed in a new direction. Some people literally do that. They quit their job, they get up and they go. And sometimes it works out for them. But I want everybody to understand that I also had to understand it took me having to take, I guess, look at myself. I can't think of the word right now. Analyzing. There you go. Analyzing myself to see what it is I was lacking and what I needed to do in order to make that move happen. What was I constantly afraid of not making that move happen? Why was I just like, and most of it was because I was in my head. I was in my head about it. I said, but what if it doesn't work this time? But what if I tried it this time and then, but I'm scared of this and I'm scared of that. You got to silence that. And you just got to go. You just got to push it and just be like, all right, you know what? I said it to myself the last few years and I'm not happy with where I'm at. I'm blessed for where I'm at, but I know there's more there. I know there's more out there for me. I know I should be doing more. This is how I'm going to start. And you just keep going from there. Stop waiting to feel ready. Just do it. If you wait to feel ready, you're never going to do it. Oh, I'm going to go to the gym on Monday. Why can't you go now? I literally told myself that, like when I started my whole fitness journey. Okay, I'm gonna start on Sunday. Why? I think I said it, and it was like a Thursday. Just go now. Your clothes are in your car. Go now. What? You ain't got nothing to do, so go ahead. Go now. Oh, I think I'm gonna do that business. I'll probably start my business, start doing my research on Friday. Why? The computer is right there. The phone is right there. The tablet is right there. Start doing it now. You're not doing anything, are you? You're waiting for your food. You're just sitting down enjoying, well, not right now because it's winter, but you're outside and you're just enjoying the park. I don't know. Whatever. Do it now. What's the problem? Just do it now. Remember this though. You will have hurdles, but you could do it. It won't be easy. You're going to cry. You're going to break down. You're going to say, fuck this shit. I don't want to do it no more. But you got to keep going. You got to pick yourself back up and do it all over again. Just keep going. And then keep asking or telling yourself, do you want to be in the same position if you're trying to get a promotion at work, right? Do you want to be at the same job that you no longer like? Do you want to be in the same city that you were probably born and raised in? Do you want to be in the same financial space that you have been struggling up and down or down more than you've been up? Do you want to still be in any of those situations in the next 5 years, or do you want to do something that's going to help you now? So, I got to leave y'all with remedy homework. Yes. So, I want you guys to do this. Write down what drains you. Write down what energizes you. You can ask 3 trusted people what they see in you, and 3 people that you can honestly actually trust. Like, they're not going to sugarcoat anything. All they're going to do is they're going to like tell you the actual truth and what they really, who they see you to be. Not you're not going to hear what they want to tell you. They're going to tell you exactly what you need to hear. Okay, so find 3 people. Pray specifically for direction and alignment. Pray for God to show you exactly where you need to be, where you need to go. Tell him to give you direction. Ask the Holy Spirit to give you direction. Cancel out whatever is distracting you. Cancel out whatever it is that's bothering you or derailing you from where you're supposed to head. And the last thing, take the small step. So do the research, enroll in school, post the content that's been in your drafts for years. I mean, come on now, let it go. Think positive, think happy things, and just start, okay? Just start. Because we're all going through life changes. We're all changing how we feel about things. And the main point is that we move and we take the steps. So I love you guys for listening. Don't be so hard on yourself. One day at a time. If you guys have not signed up for the Sexy Woman Read 2, sign up for that as well, because we are starting that up. The book club is coming along. And stay tuned to more content. I'm doing content every other week now, so don't look for every week. I told y'all things are going to start changing. I'm also pivoting. This ain't it. This episode is also for me too. So my concentration is somewhere else, but it's also here as well. So I love you guys for listening. I hope you guys have a great week. Whatever happened into today, leave that shit into today. Don't bring it into tomorrow. Later.